moving with multiple streams of income was our third point. Now, our fourth point for today, I hope you have your notes. Your fourth money move for this week is you need to move now. The word is now. Hey, I want you to post that down in the chat. Everybody say, I gotta move now. Oh, yeah. It's interesting when we look at what happened in the life of this man named Noah. God shows him a huge picture. God gives him a big plan on exactly how he was supposed to do it. And then if you follow the verses at the very end of chapter 6, in verse 22, it says, thus Noah did according to all that God commanded him, so he did. Now, that is so profound because when you look at the dialogue in the Bible, you don't find Noah dragging his feet. Noah received an instruction from God and he moved on that instruction. We don't see him doing what I used to do all the time. I used to doubt, was that really you, God? Is that really you? God, is that your will? I don't know if it's your will or not. I'm going to have to, how many of you ever said this? I'm going to have to pray about this. What that really means is you're in doubt, so you're just going to procrastinate. That's what that I'm going to pray about this really means. At least that's what it was for me. And my prayers went on for 1 week, went on for 1 month, went on for 1 year. And I'm still praying about it. And guess what happened? Continuing to procrastinate and think about it. And I don't know, maybe, is this really God? All of that led me to not taking action. Right? And what we're saying right now is once you hear something, see, you got to believe that your steps are ordered by God. You got to believe that you're not here by accident, that there is a voice that's speaking to you, and that you got to realize that what you are hearing, you can't just hear, you must act on what you're hearing, right? And Noah moved instantly into preparing this ark that God called him to build. And so that's what I want you to understand, and that's what I came to understand in my life. When I was in my mother-in-law's house, I came to the determination that it's not the person who dreams the most that does the most. It's not the person who has the biggest revelation. It's the person at the end of the day who does more, has more, and helps more people. It's the person who takes more, what I call massive, intelligent action. You take the action takers. And that's the kind of people who end up thriving in the earth. And here's the key. It doesn't matter whether you're saved or you're unsaved. God is looking for somebody who will say yes to his divine mandates and who will move and begin to act. Not people who will twiddle their thumbs. I'm going to pray about it, think about it. I'm waiting to get some confirmation from the Lord. And guess what? It never happens. There are so many people, as I told you yesterday, I've been really working hard since COVID for the last 2 years, really training other people to become consultants like myself, 6-figure consultants, 7-figure consultants, to be coaches, to be authors, to be speakers, to how to create content and put it online and make money in your underwear, I call it, while you sleep. And there's been so many people that I know that said, man, I want to do that. Man, yeah, woo, I feel this in my heart. I want to do this someday. And then guess what? It's been 2 years. It's been 2 years. And there's some of those people who said they were going to get into 83K Academy and get mentored by me and get the training that they need so they'll be successful, because anybody can do it. You gotta just have the right framework. You gotta have the right plan, not just any plan. And you sure don't want to do it all by yourself. And so they said, yeah, man, I'm going to do this. It's 2 years. And I ran into somebody the other day and I said, hey man, I said, I talked to you 2 years ago. Oh yeah, man, I'm going to jump in. I'm going to jump in the next class. I'm going to jump in the next class. I'm going to jump in the next class. And what God is looking for is some people who are going to say, man, I'm being illuminated. I'm hearing the voice of the Lord wake me up inside to what I really want to be, and then take action on moving towards it. And this is where I learned in my life to live out of my spirit instead of living in my mind. Now remember, I taught you in the very first session, and I might have dumped a little too much on you, but the mind is designed, it's only an organ. It is designed just for survival. And I'm trying to teach you not how to survive, but how to thrive in any economy. In order to do that, you can't live out of your mind. Your mind is the place of reason. It's the place where fear dwells. Your mind is always going to try to talk you out of your dreams and talk you out of taking any risk at all. That's the purpose of the mind. But when you live in your heart, when you live according to your spirit, right? Your spirit knows things the mind doesn't know. Your spirit, with the heart man believes, not with the head. This is a heart issue. And when I was in my mother-in-law's house, I started to learn, wow, I spent a lot of time in Christianity living out of my head because I was all caught up in theology instead of actionology. Oh man, oh man, oh man. Did you get that? Did you get that? The church is possessed with theology. We think a lot, talk a lot, claim a lot, pray a lot, but we do very little. Guess what? The world, they don't have much theology at all. But guess what they do have? They have actionology. They go for it. And that's what Noah did. And I had to learn, right? Like when you attempt to do something, your mind is always going to argue with you. Like your heart is going to say yes. I remember during COVID and, President Trump signed the national emergency that, hey, everybody's going to be in lockdown. And the day that he signed that agreement, I was going to my builder to build a new house. I had to sign a contract for all the money to build my house. And prior to that, I'm like thinking, wow, practically all my schedule for 2020 was canceling. I mean, just like one after the other. Sorry, we can't have you. COVID. And here I'm going to this office to sign some paperwork to build a brand new house. And I'm thinking in my head, right? Where am I thinking? In my head. My head was telling me what? Oh, you better not. You better not. Things are going to get really tough. Money's going to get really tight. You all the doubts. That's where the mind is. The mind is trying to protect me. The mind is like your mother, right? Your mother. Anytime you try to do something dangerous, what did your mom do? Oh, don't jump from that table. Oh, that's your mind. Everybody just touch your mind. Say, that mind right there, it's just designed for survival. And as I was going there, I said, Keith, you're in your head. You're not in your heart. You heard God tell you to possess the land this year, to continue to move forward with your vision of what I have for you over the next 10 years. And I just heard this voice in my heart say, COVID hasn't changed God's intent for you. I'm like, wow. And so I signed the dotted line. And guess what happened? By listening to my heart, I doubled my real estate for my house, doubled, because I made the right decision at the right time. That's the difference. Most people live here instead of living here. And when I learned that, that totally changed my life. Now, as we get started, I want to share this with you because we're talking about building one stream now. And yesterday, in these multiple streams of income, we've got to start deciding, right? I had you do an exercise. Like, what are some of the streams that you think you can create? Now, what I've got to get you to do is to take action now on something, on one of these streams. Because I don't want you 2 years from now saying, well, I remember that art challenge. And no, I want you to say, wow, this was the week I listened to Dr. Keith Johnson, right? And I made a decision to build some streams in my life, and I moved forward with it. I took action. I didn't hem-haul around, pray about it. So what do we need to do? Let me show you. If we're going to build wealth, we're going to shoot for our $1 million target, right? I call it our financial progress mountain. And you'll see on the bottom, if you can see it here, the bottom says student. So we want to climb to the top financially. The bottom says student. That's where we all start. We all start as students learning. Then we move up to what? Becoming an employee. That needs to be your next goal. It's healthy for you to work for somebody else and to serve somebody else. So you go from student to learning. Then you move into working for somebody else. So you learn how business operates. Most people get stuck on level 2. Now, each level reduces the possibility of how much money you can make. You can't stay in college forever. I mean, literally, I know people who are going to college so that they can pay their bills. That's ridiculous. And what you need to understand is you can't stay a student forever. You got to go get a job where you can make some money. That's natural. It's a natural process, but you don't want to stay working a job. Each level takes a new level of faith inside of you. You don't want to stay being an employee forever. Where do you want to go? Where's your next step? I need to move from employee to an owner. I need to own a business or businesses. But then you'll be capped at just being an owner. Because what you want to do is take your profits as an owner and move to the top of the financial mountain. And you want to become an investor. You want to take what you make in your business and then use that money. So when you're an owner of a company, people are earning money for you. Then when you are an investor, now money is working for you. So at the top of the mountain, you have you own a business, people are working for you, and now you have money working for you to generate your different streams of income. So this is where we want to get you to the top. Now, there's a scripture that teaches us about this, and what I want to bring all of you to know is you need to make a decision to move from an employee to an owner. You need to make a decision that I am going to own my own business. Because remember, working for Pharaoh will always keep you broke. Now let me show you a quick scripture on this because I love this scripture. It's really powerful. It says this. It says, aspire to lead a calm and peaceful life as you mind your own, look at that, mind your own business and earn your living just as we've taught you. By doing this, you will live an honorable life, influencing others and commanding respect of even the unbelievers. Then you will be in need of nothing. Why? Because you have abundance and not dependent upon others. With your job, you are dependent upon your company. You're dependent upon your boss because they are determining your potential. They are determining how much you can earn. So God says here, it says, wait a minute, if you want to live a peaceful life, if you want to be a person of impact, you need to start a business. Jesus said the same thing. It's quite interesting, isn't it? In Luke 19:13, he says, do business. He didn't say do a job. He said, do business until I come back. Wow. So here's what I want to help you with. You cannot leave a job as an inheritance to your children. God thinks generationally, and God wants you to leave an inheritance to your children's children. You can't do that with a job. You don't want to leave them your job. You want to leave them. That's how the Jews have so much money. They leave their businesses to their kids, and it's a generational business. The other thought is this: employment is the past. The future is entrepreneurship. Employment is old school thinking. 80% of people in the earth, if you don't believe it, just look at the results. 80% of people in the earth are living paycheck to paycheck. Why? Because they're employed. That's the way the system is designed, to pay you just enough to cover your bills, and that's it. So what do you got to have? You've got to have a plan that says, hey, wait a minute. I need to work my job from 9 to 5, but I need to be building my business from 7 to midnight. I want to say that again. I need to be working my job. I'm not telling you to quit your job, but you need to be working your job from 9 to 5, but then building your business from 7 to, say, midnight. That's what I did way back in the day when I was working a job I hated. I did it from 9 to 5, came home, ate some food, spent some time with my wife, and then I told her, I said, listen, I'm going to build this information empire. And I'm in a season of deliberate extreme. I'm going to be staying up really late. Honey, I love you. I care about you. But I'm building an ark for our future together. And I'm going to do whatever it takes to make this happen. This is the plan. It's a smart plan to help you start building. But you have to make the decision, like Noah, to say, hey, I'm going to do this what? I'm going to do this now. Now, one of the things that we do, I think the wisest way, because many of you yesterday, you text down below. I asked you, I said, how many of you want to make a difference in people's lives? Hey, if you want to make a difference in people's lives, just post yes down below. Let me see all of you today. Those of you who say, man, you may like your business, you may like your job, but I really want to be used to help other people. Let me see. Whoa, look at all these. Whoa. Look at all these yeses. Whoa, it's coming in strong. Wow. Yeah, okay. All right. So what if you could build a business where that's exactly what you do? How many of you How many think that would ignite your fire? I mean, every day you wake up saying, man, I can be used by God today to help heal somebody. I can be used by God today to help change how someone thinks and see themselves in a better light. Man, I can help somebody today. I'm see Deborah's on. She's one of my students, and she became a forgiveness coach. And now she's going around and doing conferences and helping people and helping ladies who've experienced divorce and the pain of divorce. Now she's going around teaching people how to forgive when you don't want to forgive. I mean, that's awesome, man. And we've got a lot of coaches out there who are out there healing. They're healing people. They're helping people solve their problems. They're meeting people's needs at a deep level. And every day they get to say, man, I help one person. Like today, after this time, I end every day this week. I end on cloud 9. I'm so fired up, man. I'm like, man, because you joined me, and I'm like, man, they're getting it, man. I feel God. It's like chariots of fire. That I forget what his name is, but he said, when I run, I feel God. When I speak to people, when I teach, I feel God. Therefore, I'm not working. I'm doing what I love. And when you do what you love, you'll work 12 hours a day. You'll work every day. When you do what you love, it becomes not Monday through Friday. It becomes, this is my life. This is my lifestyle. And other people tell you you're crazy. They say, man, you're trying to help too many people. Oh, well, that's a good accusation. So I created what's called 83K Academy. For those of you. Now, this may not be for all of you, but before I go into this, let me share this. You've got to find something to create additional stream of income. I'm giving you a suggestion of a possibility of what you could do. All right? What I'm passionate about in this season is I created what's called 83K Academy to help people build expert empires that produce $1 million a year. That's the big goal. It begins at 83K a year if you're working a job. How many of you could use 83K extra on top of the income you're already making? Oh, yeah. Or after you get into this full time, how you can do $83,000 a month, which equals out to $1 million a year. All right. And so at 83K Academy, here's what we do. Here, we help thought leaders, authors, speakers, and coaches discover, share, and monetize their content and advice so they can earn revenue and, look at this, and make a difference. That's what we all want to do, right? We all want to increase our revenue, and we all want to make a difference. Most people think, man, I want to make a difference, but they don't tie in. You can make a difference and make money. And let me tell you, the expert industry, becoming a coach, a speaker, author, consultant, it is so easy to make a difference and make a lot of money. And people are doing it. It's amazing, the statistics. This industry is going to become a $2 trillion industry, the information industry. It's growing 30% every year. You're not too late, is what I want to tell you. It started actually really thriving about 10 years ago. But but those people who embraced it, they were at the beginning stages. And now the bell curve is, with COVID, it's going up, and it's going to continue to go up, up, up. You're not behind, but let me tell you, you need to act now. You need to get involved now. Now's the time to get in before the mass rush comes, and now it's even harder, right? So that's what we do. We train thought leaders. We teach you how to do it. I personally have been doing this now for 25 plus years. I've spoke literally all over the world in the largest churches in the world, literally. For the largest business seminar company in the world, Get Motivated Business Seminar. I have my own consulting business where the entry fee is $120,000. So for me to consult you, it's $120,000, right? And we make $1 million just in my coaching side of what I do. Then I'm best-selling author. I've sold countless copies, multiple books. And so I've done this for 25 years. And in this season of my life, to be quite frank with you, is I want other people. My greatest joy over the last 2 years is seeing other people going out now and seeing them do it. I'm more in a fatherly season in my life where getting on stage doesn't excite me as much anymore. Writing another book doesn't excite me as much anymore. And consulting, I love consulting. I got to admit, I love doing that. But helping other people achieve their dreams one-on-one and in small group settings, that's what drives me now. That's what 83K Academy is all about. So what is the expert industry? Let me just read this to you so you know what it is. What is it exactly? The expert industry is a caring community of people who share their advice, knowledge, and coaching skills with the world and get a profit from it. So the expert industry is a caring community. It's people who, first of all, care. I care about people first. And of course, I need to make an income from what I'm doing. That's number 2. So if you have a caring spirit, there are some people who get involved in this and they just want to rip people off. Maybe you've experienced some of that. Maybe you bought something online and it was just a rip off or whatever. You joined somebody else's coaching training program and it wasn't what you thought. There's a lot of people who don't really care. All they really want is the money. But if you're a type of person who cares, we're looking for you. You have a heart to help people. We're looking for people like you in this industry. So the expert mission is to inspire and instruct others on how to improve their lives. This is if you want to be part of this is kind of becomes your mission, right? It's to inspire and instruct others on how to improve their lives, achieve their goals so they can what? Feel successful. And when they feel successful, they get their confidence back. They get their juice back. Now, what we do at 83K Academy, this is a 6-week program. It's a fast track. And what we do is we take you through these 4 training levels. The first is becoming a life coach, and we take you through Life Coaching Certification Academy. We teach you how to be a life, leadership, church growth, and business coach. And it's an amazing program. Then the second part of it is we take you through my high-ticket consulting. And this area is moving beyond coaches. Most coaches don't make all that much money. I discovered that a long time ago, and I transitioned. But you got to know coaching to understand consulting. So then I teach you how to become a high-ticket consultant. That's where you're the Neiman Marcus. Coaches are like Walmarts. They're all cheap. But you become Neiman Marcus when you become a high-ticket consultant. And I literally give you my whole consulting package that you can sell to other people at 6 figures if you so desire. You set the cost, but I teach you how to be a high-ticket one. Then the next one you go through is Write Your Way to Millions. I teach you how to become a best-selling author. And then the final training on this 6-week time with me is Speak for a Change. And that's how I teach you how to become a world-class communicator. And even those of you who are afraid to speak, I give you a proven format. You just fill in the blanks, right? And I give you exactly how to write out your speech so that people stand up, give you a hand clap, but most important, that people make a decision after you talk to go buy your product. That's what sets me apart from everybody. It's not just the hand clap. You want to speak, make a difference, but then have them go buy your product so they can really experience a deeper life change with you and start following you. And part of that is also in 6 weeks, every Saturday through 83K Academy, we have weekly group meetings where I come on live on Saturday mornings from 8 to 10, and I personally work to coach you, to help you through all of this. And we take a small group, a small handful of people, anywhere between 8 to 10 every single quarter. And right now we're accepting applications. So if you're interested in this, like Sherry said, go to 83K Academy. So thank you, some of you who let me talk about this a little bit. But I want to show you, because that's like Sherry, and some of you are in ministry who've been watching this. And I just want to show you this little example of Pastor Adam Davis. He pastors a church called Elevate Church in Monroe, Michigan. He went through this program, and you know, when you're in a small community like Monroe, and I shared earlier, pastors usually make only about $70,000 a year. He went through this program, and coming out of the program, he started making $40,000 extra in his coaching business, with all he's got to do with his kids, his church, his personal life. And he added on another stream, $40,000 for a pastor. That's a game changer. These are realistic things that normal people can do. I got another guy named Andy Harvey. I almost said Steve Harvey. He was just an officer. He was a guy down in Dunkin' Donuts, man. and he went through the program, and the program so changed him, he started developing himself as a leader. They made him chief. It was amazing. And then he wrote his first book under my direction called Excellence in Policing. And now he goes all over. Not only is he the sheriff, he goes all over, and he teaches other police departments how to handle people right. And his business just took off. I think if you're a Christian, you should really want to help other people. That I think this is some of the first things you should be thinking on. Because some people say, should I get involved in real estate? Well, yeah, but it's going to take $100,000 plus for you to start moving into real estate. So it's like you're not there yet. It's like you got to start building a business, right, to get some money. So when you get your first $100,000, now you're ready to go buy a duplex, a quadruplex, and do some other things in real estate. Maybe buy you a piece of land that's going to be affordable. So it's like first steps first. And the first thing is you need to maybe invest in some education in yourself. You know, instead of trusting in your 401k that's going down, 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 invest in getting some information on how to build some businesses, particularly in the information realm. So for a little joke, I wanted to show you this. Here's a guy who's trying to catch a fish with a spear. Here's a guy over here who has a boat, who has fishing lines he has fishing poles all around the boat. And the caption is, who's going to catch more fish? The guy who's trying to spear a fish one at a time? Or the guy in the boat that's got 27 different lines in the water? This is who you want to be. You want to be the guy. You don't want to be the old school guy still trying to spear a job. You want to be the new school guy who has all kinds of lines in the water. And as we close out today, I'm going to go into our coaching session now. Remember this. Desire reveals design. A fish desires to swim because it was designed by God to swim. And for some of you, I want to say, this is your moment. This is your time right now to get the education, to get the training, to work your job from 9 to 5, but begin to build your business. And the first thing you need to start off with, you don't want to just try to be out there all by yourself, try to do it by yourself, all alone. I'm going to tell you, you'll lose. You'll do it the wrong way. You want to get the right information from a proven expert who's done it before. Get the coaching that's necessary to help you identify what your message is going to be. What's the problem you're going to solve? What's the pain you're going to heal? Or what is the need that you're going to meet? You got to get razor sharp specific on that. That requires coaching. So 83K Academy is a perfect program to be able to help you do that. And we're accepting applications. Down in the chat, you can just go to 83kacademy.com to be able to do that. Desire is of the heart. The Bible says, I'll give you the desires of what? Your heart. Who put the desire in there? Who put the desire inside of the fish to swim? God. He created it for that. Listen to your heart's desire, not your head. Your head will say, I'm not smart enough. Your head will say, I'm not a good communicator. Good. It's a skill you need to develop. We'll help you. That's our job. I can't write. Can you write one sentence? If you can write one sentence, I'll show you how to write a whole book. If you can write one sentence, you can do this. I flunked kindergarten, ladies and gentlemen. That's messed up. How do you flunk kindergarten? I flunked kindergarten. Now I'm a best-selling author. Penguin Books paid me money. Lots of money. Thousands to write a book. A kindergartner flunky. Couldn't read and write by the time I was in the 4th grade. If I can do it, you can do it. You just need some help. So I hope you've enjoyed this. I'm just telling you, now's the time. Noah took action now. He didn't wait around, pondered around. One of these days, now is your moment. And I want to encourage all of you, 2 things. Number 1, make sure you fill out your notes. How do I spend my evenings? Are you going to start changing that up? Are you just watching TV, playing video games? This is going to help you for tomorrow. What's the big event that I can leverage for income in my life? Like, what big crisis happened to you? What knowledge did you get? What is my number 1 strength? I want you to think about that. What's my number 1 strength? And do I have a great story to tell, a testimony? And what is it? Tomorrow I'm going to show you. I want you to fill this out because tomorrow I'm going to go right into the answers of this. And I'm going to show you how the 5th money move is so very important. So make sure you do this assignment today. And we will see you later. Those of you who are watching on Facebook, hey, post down below if you have a question. And tomorrow I will answer those. And if you're watching by replay, hit #replay. God bless everybody. See you tomorrow at 5 for day number 5. I'm hating that it's over, but it's almost over. Bye-bye now.